Clover Chapter 240 was one of those chapters where I avoided the spoilers, the leaks, the fan translations all week. And if you're like me, who, every now and then is on Twitter or Discord, you're going to get spoiled. So I avoided Twitter, I avoided Discord, I was getting ping messages about the chapter, and I just ignored everything. I muted everything because I wanted to be truly surprised, and the payoff was good because we get a huge reveal in this chapter. It's something that I did not expect to happen this early, and it happened. Megicula is here, and Vanica is the one who holds Megicula. Now, we did make a video about the foreshadowing of Zeno's power. In that video, I talked about that each one of the Dark Triad members have their own devil. But one that I expected to have Megicula is Dante, the ringleader. But it's Vanica. This changes everything, because the Heart Kingdom Queen, this whole war, she wants to eventually stop the Spade Kingdom, and she feels as though the Megicula is the ringleader in all of this. He's controlling everything, but we know that Dante is the strongest out of the bunch, so this means that he's going to have his own devil that is greater than Megicula. This deserves his own video, so I gotta make a video about that. And we get the return of Asta this chapter, and it's been some months since we last seen Asta. It's been a while, so I'm very excited about that. So before we dive any further in this video, guys, if you're enjoying the Black Clover content, leave a huge like on this video, subscribe with notification bells on. You guys have been madly supportive as of late, so we're about to hit 6K, so let's go for it. Now let's talk about Black Clover Chapter 240, The Great War Breaks Out. So this chapter starts off where we see Charmy, Loropechika, Mimosa, Noelle, Gaja, and Nero on top of Charmy's head, just all having a blast. This was a calm before the storm, and they all just laughing at Loropechika and Charmy because Charmy just eating all the food, and she's still saying that, oh, the food in the Heart Kingdom is the best, and Loropechika thinks it's the cutest thing ever. Mimosa thinks to herself, one problem child likes the other problem child. And I think that's funny because it makes sense. Charmy and Loropechika are quite similar compared to Noelle and Mimosa. They are more mature than Loropechika and Charmy because they act more as like little children, because they just have that type of personality. While Noelle, she acts like she's too good for everybody sometimes, so she does give that more mature vibe a lot. But for Mimosa, in cases like this, she just sits back and laughs at everything. That's really her personality trait. But immediately, Loropechika screams out Undine because she gets startled noticing that they are under attack, saying that there are 6 of them all over the country showing a map. And I'm guessing that the 6 of them also includes Vanica and other Dark Disciples. So she brought 5 Dark Disciples. That is crazy. She talks about that they broke through the monozone barrier easily, and they all are 0 stages with devil powers. And one of the people that are here of the Dark Triad is Vanica. She is the one who was possessed by Megicula. In this part of the chapter, I was completely stunned because I was sure that Megicula has to be the one that is possessing Dante. I was 90% sure of it because, Dante is the ringleader, but Tabata always throw these weird curveballs where we all assume that this person is the ringleader, he is the guy controlling everything, and all of a sudden, bam, just like the Warrior Magic Devil. We thought Licht was the big time guy controlling everything, but it was actually, well, not Licht, but Patri. Thinking that he's Licht, but it was the Warrior Magic Devil. And this is the same case. So it just makes me think, what kind of devil does Dante has? It's gonna be something wild, it has to be. And soon as Loropechika revealed that Megicula is here, the panel shows Noelle. You already know from this shot, you know what Tabata is doing from here. He is creating a rivalry. We know that Loropechika has some sort of rivalry with Megicula because she was cursed by him. And then we know Gaja was scarred by Megicula. And we know that Noelle, mother, was killed by Megicula. And we know Noelle and her mother, they look identical. The only difference is that they have different eye colors. But I can see it now. When Vanica finally meets Noelle, she's going to see Acer Silva, and she's going to say, wow, I killed your mother. And I think that that's going to expose everything. I think a lot of people are going to find out that Noelle has been keeping a secret. And this was the last time we seen them in this chapter, because this chapter had 2 parts. But all I gotta say is that next chapter, if we see Vanica and Noelle finally meet, if they show that, things are going to be exposed. And I just can't wait to see it. Now, the second half of this chapter, we see that Asta and Finral are black in a Black Bull's hideout, and they brought everyone snacks. And of course, Vanessa, she just happy that they brought snacks so she can just have it while she drinks. But I think the Black Bull's hideout has been moved. I think Henry moved it because we see the Black Bull's hideout and it explains before anyone starts talking, saying near the Spade Kingdom border. So I'm assuming that Henry moved it near that area. I don't know why they moved it near the Spade Kingdom border. You know, it's a very risky move, but this is the Black Bulls we're talking about. They do everything risky, so that's why I love this squad. Finral explains to Asta that he has to leave again. He has to go pick up Yami. The captains are having a conference, which to me, it just makes me think, if there was a captain conference going on, why didn't anyone go and help the Golden Dawn? Because they have to think, wow, William isn't here. Someone should probably go look for him, or they probably thought he was just running late. And, you know, if it was any other captain, it probably wouldn't be a big deal, but this is William. Remember the last time they had a conference meeting to find out a traitor? And William was late to that conference, and they were suspecting him of doing something. So this is after the whole aftermath of the pottery thing and the word magic devil and the reincarnation. You know, William is late. So I would assume that, you know, they'll probably tell Yami or somebody, hey, go get him, go pick him up. Because I would assume they would have William under surveillance at some point, you know, because he did betray the kingdom. But I don't know, this is very odd placement here. Maybe Tabata just felt like, you know what, I just want to give William a L in this arc. So screw everybody else. They don't have to think about where's William. I'm giving him an L. So, all right, I see it. But no, on a serious note, I guess that probably the captain's conference didn't start till probably midway when Zeno and his dark disciples attacked the Golden Dawn. So it probably was just perfect timing, and they probably just didn't think about where's William at that moment because things were just fresh in the captain's conference. So after Finral leaves, Asta starts bringing up Gordon. He said, I wonder how he's doing with his poison curse magic, you know, his studies over there. And Gauche is like, don't ask me, I ain't never going near that house again. And Grace says, me too, which is funny because that house was so spooky. I remember everyone was freaked out. Asta was freaked out as well, but you know, he got used to it. But Gauche and everyone else, no, they did not like it. And then they mentioned that Henry, he is sleeping because he is low on mana, and since Charmy isn't there, he cannot restore it. Which, you know, somewhat almost confirms to me that Henry definitely moved the Black Bull's hideout, because why else would he be low on mana if he didn't use his magic? And we know how his magic works, so I would assume that, yeah, that kind of confirms that the Black Bull's hideout definitely moved closer to the Spade Kingdom borders. Asta also asks about where is Magna and Zora, and they say that they are off again together. You know, during the past 6 months, they have been going places everywhere together, and it makes sense because they are both peasants, so they can relate to each other a lot more than everyone else, including Asta, because, you know, Asta, he's a peasant too in the Black Bulls. But I like this because it makes me think they have been training together, and I cannot wait to see what sort of new magic spells that Magna has and what kind of new defensive spells and trap magic and ash magic that Zora can learn, because those two, you know, they're both Rough Riders. You know, they are very similar, so I can see this, you know, friendship bond between them and also adding luck into the mix. So I'm pretty sure Zora and Magna have been probably having a screaming contest with each other, so I cannot wait to see that dynamic displayed. But Henry then starts freaking out, you know, warning everyone that someone is here. And we see the Black Bull's hideout is levitating. And it's Dante. And Dante starts talking about, I see that Yami is away, so I guess I'll play with you for a while he gets here. And from that dialogue alone, it just shows you how different he is compared to Zeno. From what we've seen from Zeno so far, he doesn't like to waste time. He goes in and attack. He doesn't hold back. You know, he doesn't play around at all. And Dante is that guy who likes to play around. Seems as though he loves to torture. And it reminds me some chapters back when Zeno asked Dante, why did we have to wait 6 months to attack everyone? And Dante was like, what's the fun in that? We already have the world in the palm of our hands. And it reminds me that he is one of those villains that likes to fight someone at their best, because he likes dragging out fights, almost like if Goku was a villain, pretty much like Cell. But while the Black Bull's hideout was floating, Henry was able to use his recombination magic, changing his shape to the Raging Black Bull. And then Gauche and Henry combined their powers, while Henry used his Mana Rocket Punch, while Gauche uses Large Reflect Reframe, and it does nothing. We see Dante uses Gravity Magic, pulling all the weight of the Black Bull's hideout and their magic, slamming all of them down, flattening that whole entire area. But the weird thing about this spell, he calls it Gravity Magic, Presence of the Demon King. Is that a hint to Dante's devil? Does he have a Demon King? Who knows? That is just probably just a play on words of his magic, probably just because he's conceited. But if he does have a Demon King, that's gonna be crazy. Now, of course, they were able to survive this attack because Vanessa used her fate magic, and Dante was very impressed. He says, I see you have someone who can manipulate natural laws. To think you'll have a 0 stage besides Yami, I like it. And then it shows Vanessa, so I guess in a way this confirms that Vanessa is 0 stage. And I can see it because her fate magic is overpowered. What other stage would it be? It wouldn't be 9, it wouldn't be 5. It has to be 0. So I can see why she's on that tier because she is very strong. The only weakness she truly has is that she don't have full-fledged attack spells. She has somewhat of them, but not full-fledged that just destruct the power. And her mana is not as high as a royal. I did think that Vanessa could be arcane stage, but I guess since she's just a 0 stage. But that still makes sense because, she comes from the Witch Queen's forest. Witch Queen is a very powerful person, and Vanessa comes from her, so it makes sense. Then the end of the chapter, we just see Asta flies out of the Black Bull's hideout, flying on his Demon Slayer's sword with the Demon Duelist's sword in his hand, saying, "You're gonna fight me." And Dante looks so shocked. And that was the end of the chapter. And I was just so excited seeing Asta again. I swear, him flying on his Demon Slayer's sword reminds me of Goku flying on his, flying Nimbus. It reminds me so much. There's a parallel to that. But I'm so excited about this because we're about to get a month, probably longer than that, but a flood of chapters where a whole war is going to break out. We're going to see a back and forth battle with Asta and the Black Bulls versus Dante before Yami and the others get there, and we're going to see a battle with the Spirit Guardians, Gaja, Loropechika, Noelle, Mimosa. I don't know if Leopold is there, he probably is, but we're going to see everyone versus Vanica and the Dark Disciples. It's about to go down. It's about to be so crazy, and I cannot wait. So, guys, if you are excited about this, comment below and tell me what your expectations are for next chapter, and also comment below and tell me your thoughts, how you felt about this chapter. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, join my Discord, it's in the description. I'll leave it in the comment section too. Again, like this video, subscribe and notification bells on. You guys have an awesome life, take care of yourselves, and I'm out.